Hello everybody, it is Leon here and
Dave.
we are looking at all the GTA shots, basically the GTA 5 shots there are at the moment, and just going through everything we know and what we can see in them. Starting off here with the three main characters from left to right. It is Michael, Franklin and Trevor, which I finally got right. So they are the three main characters. You can switch between them outside of missions, you can jump between them whenever you want. Within missions you'll be given sort of specific moments you can choose how to play the mission depending on which one you pick. They've been sort of designed to be as different as possible. So Michael is an he's witnessed relocation, he's an ex-gangster, he's got quite a cushy deal, lives quite a wealthy life, was retired up until the game starts. So he's a kind of the sort of the grown-up pro, if you like. He's a sort of mature voice of wisdom. In the middle we've got Franklin, who is a sort of a young, sort of up and coming. I don't know if he's like a criminal yet, but he's a repo man for a car company that sells cars to people who can't afford it, and then he goes off and repossesses them. But he's ambitious. He wants to go places. So he's the kind of the young sort of the go-getter of the group. And then on the far right we have got Trevor, who is basically the kind of the nut bar. He's like a low-life hood. He lives in a trailer park. He's in a really scummy part of town. Runs like a low-rent business empire. And he's sort of the kind of the unpredictable, violent, nasty piece of work. As I understand it, the idea is between the three of them, you know, you get the kind of the wealthy criminal, the wannabe hoodlum, and then the crazy blow shit up guy. The idea being that you don't get a boring point, you don't get any boring sort of points in the story. You can switch between them as you want. If you do get bored of one, jump to another. There shouldn't be any kind of lulls between missions or whatever, because you'll always be with the most interesting person because you choose to be with them. I don't know if you got anything to
add. Just that Michael in this shot looks really like Robert De Niro in Heat, which I can imagine influencing certainly some of the big bank heist missions, because Heat's, you know, the Michael Mann film from '95. That's got probably the most iconic bank job in movie history. So like this grey suit and kind of white shirt, that's almost exactly what De Niro wears throughout Heat. So I can imagine like that having like a big impact.
They do sort of rely heavily on films. I can't remember who it was, but I know someone, when GTA 5 was announced, described the GTAs as a confusing ramble through the Houses film collection, which is sort of true. So let's look at what else we got. It's a bit more of Franklin here. Obviously said this is Blaine County where he lives. I've just seen that dune buggy in the background. Never noticed that.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. Yeah.
Because he lives in a desert area.
There was a mini tractor there for a sec.
Well, because it's a desert area, so I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of. He rides quad bikes. We'll see in a little while. There's going to be a lot of all-terrain vehicle kind of, you know, quad bikes and stuff. There's a dune buggy thing that hasn't been seen since San Andreas that's back for his sort of area. I guess different areas, different cars.
If you zoom, if you just zoom into that, does that look like I think it looks like either it's like a strip club or maybe a casino or. It looks this famous sign.
I reckon it looks like
fluorescent lights.
Yeah, it looks like a strip mall. I'm guessing there's a bar in it. But it looks like
certainly tie in with what they did in GTA 4.
You can see there's a little for rent sign there that's tying in with some of the kind of the recession and the economy stuff that was hinted at before. Now we've got Franklin and Trevor here. Now Trevor and Michael have got a history. They go back together from sort of the past. They did heists together, so they're friends, if you like, and Franklin is the new guy. And we know this is from a pre-mission kind of cutscene, I think, where they meet for the first time. It's the first time the three all sort of come together.
Your therapist really does have a lot to answer for.
My therapist?
No, that's what they say in the.
Oh, right. Now, as you pointed out, this is obviously one of the missions, and you were pointing out from the trailer before.
The second trailer you can actually see when Michael's chasing after his son, who's on the boat. I think just before that you can see like a high-speed motorway chase with cars falling out the back of like a pickup truck essentially. So this looks like that mission there, where I think Franklin's obviously been charged with nicking cars from his repo employer. So that's looks what's happening. I wonder if that building in the background's maybe
it's one of
LA Staples.
It's one of the stadiums, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Staples. Yeah.
Obviously not officially the Staples Center.
Yeah, whatever. Based on the Staples. I can't remember what they've called it off the top of my head. But I wonder if this sort of mission will be one of the ones where you can choose to drive the truck or drop the cars. Because that's two potential options there. You evade the traffic, keep the truck going, or you've got to time the car drops to get the police out of the way.
It's also a detail we'll pick up in later. But if you zoom into this police car, you can see that looks very similar to like a Ford
Yeah.
logo. So it's clearly, you know, the vehicles are more inspired by real life cars.
Yeah, we'll see that Audi logo in a little while. They're much closer. They're not like official, but it's clearly recognisable, sort of what the various cars are. Now this is just showing off some of the size of the environment and what you got to sort of play with. Obviously, parachuting is back. I'm guessing he's just base jumped off of somewhere. This is the bottom of Mount Chiliad, the big mountain. It was a big mountain in San Andreas. Everyone would go to the top and like BMX off and parachute down below. I don't know whether we'll be able to sort of jump on the trains. Although there is a mission, isn't there, where this could be a mission, because there is a trailer where you see him jumping off a train just as it derails. So
that's maybe the mission is get on top of the train. Certainly they played about with that kind of. They had a few train missions in GTA 4, like the Baldegatone had like an excellent one where you had to like detach separate carriages from the train before. I think it was Yusuf kind of came along and nicked it in his gold-plated helicopter. And San Andreas, actually, I think the most eye-wateringly difficult mission in San Andreas had you riding along on a bike with big smoke, and how like having to like shoot guys on a train and like, go through train tunnels and stuff, so that we kind of time with them. If you squint now as well, it could pass a Red Dead. If you just squint a little bit, it's so similar to Red Dead there.
Have they said anything about wildlife? I can't remember if.
We see
there's a shark later on, so there might be a bit of an ecosystem.
Certainly, we know that it's kind of borrowing from Red Dead, the kind of emergent mission system. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's like a fully working ecosystem out in the.
They've got it, so it'd be easy to sort of slip in there. Now here we are. This is Venice Beach. It's a very famous part of LA. We can just see over there is Muscle Beach, so the famous gym. We don't know. Oh, there's not the same level of characterization that there was in the original San Andreas. So I'm not quite sure whether that gym is just a decoration.
Bulking yourself up, Barney style.
Yeah. Also, you can see some of the NPCs here. I mean, there's the details. Quite surprising. Like
now that surfing shop. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is Vespucci not like a make of car in?
No, Vespucci is the name of Venice Beach in GTA.
Ah, right, okay. I think it was a name of like that embarrassing little bike you got in Vice City. It was some quite close to Vespucci. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I know the thing you mean. Bike riding's back again. Here we are. This looks like sort of Beverly Hills kind of area, so like sort of one of the posher districts.
Which I think.
You see posher cars, obviously.
In GTA 5 it's called the Rockford Hills, which is where Michael's staying after he gets put in FIB protection.
That's the one. He lives in quite a flashy mansion. So bikes are back. We've seen.
This kind of looks like Rodeo Drive, doesn't it? Like all the really expensive like fashion shops in the corner there. Yeah,
and obviously, say the posher cars. It looks like everything will be in character in a different area. So you'll get the vehicles, you'll get the people, obviously, and I guess maybe even the police response, depending on the area you're in.
I'm glad their bikes are back. I really enjoyed them in San Andreas. BMX action.
Always good for a laugh. And they hinted at in one of the early trailers was sort of the backpacking in the mountain sort of setting. Can go mountain biking. Maybe that's one of the hobbies. Now this is one of the missions that was shown off in the Game Informer cover. We got the FIB, which is their version, obviously, the FBI headquarters. They've been told that they have to get this guy out, and it sounds like I don't know. It was never made clear whether it was like a criminal guy or another. Oh wait, was it for their version of the CIA?
Yeah. I think they have to like get a CIA target.
But it's one of the missions where. Franklin is the pilot, so he's flying the helicopter. Trevor is providing sniper support, and Michael is the guy that's abseiling down the building.
Yeah.
To start off with, you don't have much control over the mission, over who you play. You fly in, you reach the building, and then Michael abseils down to find the office where the guy's being kept.
The detail in that last shot's incredible. Like, you can actually see the desktop. Yeah. You can see the icons in the desktop.
Little file effects, little marker pen.
And
that is really good.
The detail's absolutely sensational.
And just look at the panorama behind you. He has to go in. He has to rescue this guy. I'm guessing this is the witness being interrogated here. When you smash through the window, you have a choice where you can either play as Michael shooting the guys and grabbing the victim, or you can switch to Franklin, who's in another building with a sniper rifle to provide long-range cover. You make your choice then. You can switch between the characters during the mission, but only at that point. Again, beautiful sort of view from the top. I wouldn't mind betting that whatever that is something famous. I'm not.
It's interesting as well from a really semi-dull tech perspective. I know one of the things that bothered my ridiculous Terminator eyes in GTA 4 was when you got a certain height above the city,
it disappeared.
Basically all the traffic disappeared, and they replaced at night with like little blinking lights that just kind of float along. So it looks like now they've actually got a proper the draw distance properly sorted out for all the vehicles and the traffic.
It's pushing a lot of stuff, isn't it? I mean, there's cars everywhere. Obviously no people, but that's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, now we're moving on to Trevor again. This was another thing that was shown off in GI. We know that he takes a car somewhere and he sets fire to it. Now he lives in what was a Sprunk vending machine? Just realised.
Sprunk.
Now he lives in this Blaine County area where he's essentially sort of this gutter kind of godfather. He's a low-level hood. It's his empire.
Like that gutter godfather.
Yeah, we've seen screenshots of him beating up a guy in a bar. I'm guessing he's like the local dealer, the local sort of crime lord generally, but he's king of a pretty sort of shitty area. We know he's sort of very violent. He's very sort of, his retribution is kind of terrible.
And that shot certainly from the second trailer when he blows up that house and kind of walks away and cocks his wrist when he's doing it.
Yeah, we see. I mean, you can't see it here, but the house sort of shows off a level of kind of destructive kind of technology with the engine, like it sort of buckles and it breaks. There's also doors that sort of rupture, like wooden doors, so it looks like they've got a better what do you call it, proprietary kind of destruction system rather than just sort of things pop apart.
And that's one nice little widow's peak he's rocking there.
Yeah, he does look. I wonder, like, it doesn't show up so much here, but on some of the other pictures, he's got sort of a pockmarked scar. Yeah, it's not. I wonder whether he's either had some damage from a mission or whether he is a drug addict and these are like the marks. It
would be interesting if there's like real time like cuts and bruises. I know GT4 like your clothes got bloody as you got shot up.
Yeah,
but, there's no actual physical transformation.
Yeah, see here another quad bike. This looks like the board is almost a kind of Blaine County and sort of more downtown kind of areas. Obviously running into the police. I do wonder if you get different police responses. So in out in the desert sort of areas, it will be slower and maybe less violent. Whereas if you're in like the Beverly Hills area and you cause a scene, then there'll be a swift and rapid response because the police protect the rich more.
You think this should be like mapping out LA should be, I wouldn't say a doddle, but they've certainly got previous with Rockstar. Certainly, if you look at the Midnight Club games, Midnight Club LA, which was developed by Rockstar San Diego, which is like an absolute sprawling expanse of like an actual real LA as well with all the locations. So that must have been very useful when they came in made GTA 5.
Well, and also the fact that they made GTA 4, so the engine is in place, and they've probably ironed out all the kind of technical kinks they might have.
Well, I think Red Dead must have been a big learning experience, something like because that engine was really solid,
But I mean, so this time they can concentrate on like the detail, the missions, the story. You don't have to worry about whether or not they can push enough polygons to make it work. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so you can see
it better here.
Yeah, you can see his face. This I know. There's a part where he kicks the head in of a guy, like just stamps a guy's head to pulp because of some unknown sort of misdemeanor. But yeah, we can see these sort of digs on his face. They look like damage more than say meths or drugs, anything like that. But he's basically not a particularly nice guy.
He's got a little tattoo.
Yeah, a little tattoo there. Yeah. I wonder if he's seen military service at all.
Yeah, I think that has actually been mentioned in the past. He was like, I'm not sure whether Vietnam exists in the GTA environment, but I think certainly. I think that's where his piloting experience comes from.
Iraq, surely. If he's Vietnam, he'd be way old.
I don't know. Well, he is quite old. I mean, he looks like he's certainly in his. He's probably maybe the Gulf. Well, the Gulf, possibly the Gulf, early 90s.
Sorry.
I think he definitely has a military background.
Yeah. So here's another shot, obviously going with the one before he's being chased by the police.
So and that's quite a nice little nod to. Was it the Truth in San Andreas who went around in his little VW van?
Obviously motel. You can sort of see. I guess Blaine County kind of borders the mountain and the wilderness, so it's like almost a transitional area between the city and then this sort of mountainous, nowhere's land. Trevor is also he's the pilot, so he's gives you access very early on.
On the left there.
Yeah, he's very early on. You have access to planes because that's something he can do. I'm guessing this mission here involves stealing a jumbo jet.
And that looks like a Harrier, doesn't it? The other.
It'll be. I always forget the name of the bloody plane. I don't think it's a Harrier. It's their version of an F-16. I can never remember what it's called. But yes, obviously, looks like a mission involves stealing a.
You can also see a big Zeppelin right in the background.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll be a thing we have to try and, or don't have to get onto, but I bet people will try.
That was something another open world game, Just Cause 2 had. It had a Mile High Club, which was a restaurant on like a big air balloon that you could actually zip.
Yeah, I went up there.
To.
I stupidly spent ages because it's really hard to get there because it's quite high and you have to sort of, I think you have to get above it and then parachute onto it. And I got up there and then accidentally jumped off after about 10 minutes. Anyway, now this is an interesting thing. I don't know whether this is a mission or whether he's just running away, but there's several screenshots here of Trevor like climbing the Vinewood sign. See him up here. I'm not going to tell what letter it is. Might be. I don't know. But whatever he's done, he's clearly. The police are after him. See, in this mission here is quite a sustained. This is a high level response. We've got the SWAT team there, obviously helicopters. So this is like a sort of a 4-star rating.
Yeah.
Or I think the ratings aren't back in the sort of traditional sense. But this is interesting. Obviously, a mission. He's got to do something on top of this sign. We don't know what yet.
Is any of that graffiti?
No, I was looking. It's all
Zabs, Cray.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything particularly important.
So no secret reveal for Red Dead 2's release date then.
Yeah, there's no clues yet. Now this is Frank's
favourite character, Chop
the dog. Yeah, Chop the dog. Now, see, because of his sort of job with the car repossession, I'm guessing we'll see a lot of kind of vehicle-based sort of stuff with him. He's going to be stealing a lot of cars. We'll see a little later on. He always seems to be involved with some kind of vehicle. But he's the kind of the young buck of the group. He's the one who's feels like he's going places and wants to achieve stuff.
Do we think the dog? I mean, I wouldn't expect the dog to be controllable. But you think that he could be like an AI companion that you have simple commands over, like fetch.
I wouldn't mind betting.
Sick balls. Drop.
I wouldn't mind betting there'll be like an attack kind of command or something like that. I mean, we've seen in one of the trailers, Franklin like does the sort of the movie slide over a car bonnet, and then the dog jumps after him. So they clearly, the dog is around and is involved.
It suggests that maybe the dog's a female as well, just because of the pink.
Yeah,
collar.
Potentially, you never know. Franklin could be quite an open-minded guy. So here we're seeing again. I said vehicles. He's obviously like a vehicle sort of based guy. He's flipping the bird there. The police following him. We know that you can insult people. I'm not entirely sure whether there's like
a D-pad command or
yeah,
something.
It's like
in the D-pad. Or...
I'm guessing you tap a button and he just does a context-sensitive kind of insult. It will affect different people in different ways. So insulting like a bunch of trailer bums in Blaine County, they'll probably insult you back. Maybe like take a swing at you. Doing it somewhere in like Beverly Hills area, they'll get a bit shocked. They won't quite know what to do. The reactions will be different depending on where you do it. I'm wondering if there will be different versions, or whether it all just will be a bird flip or a shove or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. Clearly, his car repossessions aren't the only sort of car stealing he does. The police, interested there. That was we were talking about the Audi sign.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly not an Audi, but it's so close.
It's very close to an Audi A6, like the modelling and
they're being a lot
sort of the logo. It's like the Audi sign cut in half, essentially, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean they're being a lot less sort of shameless, aren't they, with saying this is this car, and I'm guessing they're sort of big enough now that they can they can get away with it. Carjacking obviously is always a big part of GTA and looks a lot prettier this time. Weirdly, just look at the detail on the car, like that tempered glass, kind of all shattered and falling away. I'm guessing there'll be different ways of doing it, maybe like was it you had like a slow and a fast sort of way?
Yeah, you could. I think if you jiggled R1 and L1, you could it was a quicker hot wire.
Yeah,
and it was slightly more sophisticated in
so
GTA 4.
I'm guessing this is the emergency get in quick and get away kind of style.
Because I think the quick version you did the window in with your elbow rather than jimmying with the lock.
Now again, he's on. We got Franklin on a bike. This is part of two shots that look like it's part of some kind of ambush at night, where we've some kind of roadblock, we've set some cars on fire or caused an explosion and we're stealing something we don't know. You were talking about this next...
Yeah, this might be tied into a mechanic Rockstar San Diego introduced in Red Dead Redemption, where basically if you robbed a bank with John Marston and you were getting chased by the law, you could put a bandana over your face, and that'd basically get rid of your notoriety system more quickly. So they might have a similar mechanic in playing GTA 5.
Yeah, so this obviously looks like quite a sort of a set piece mission, unless you don't have to set the cars on fire. And we also know that different characters. So this is Franklin. No,
Yeah, Franklin.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This is Franklin dirt biking. We know that all the characters will have sort of character-specific hobbies that sort of relate to who they are. We've seen Michael's house as a tennis court, so I'm guessing tennis is something he'll do.
And golf, I think, as well. Cause,
golf is another one. Yeah, we saw that in the very first trailer.
An actual full golfing game within GTA 5.
And I guess Franklin's sort of hobbies will revolve around kind of automotive pursuits. I think there's another shot of him, which isn't here. That's him on a dirt bike, an actual bike. But it looks like he's does driving kind of car-based sort of hobbies. Trevor, God only knows what he does for fun in a trailer park.
Say shooting small animals.
Yeah, that's quite possible actually. Yeah, squirrel hunting. Now we've got a few different locations here. This is the Richmond, the Rich Man. The Rich Man Hotel, which is a version of the Beverly Hills Hotel, which is another famous location in LA. Has this very distinctive signage here. So if you Google Beverly Hills Hotel, you'll see what they've based it on. As you say, aptly
and the
named.
level of detail, I mean, it's really, they've really like slavishly recreated the design of these real world buildings.
The trees and like it looks lovely. And I'm guessing, you've got to go there for some reason. It'd be a shame to just have it as set dressing. Mount Chiliad we mentioned before. I mean, this is just a good indication of the scale.
It's incredible.
Look at how small the cars are down there, and then how big that mountain is. How long is it going to take to drive up to the top of it?
We think they've already confirmed that it's GTA 5 will be bigger than San Andreas, GTA 4, and Red Dead combined, which is pretty staggering.
That kind of fills me with terror though, because the idea of like imagine you're in you crash your helicopter or something up the top of here, you're going to be screwed. You're going to be
unless there might be a system to. I know they've done it in other open world games where you can call in vehicles or call in a plane or something, so that might.
I think they're going to have to, because if you get stuck out, like some of the scenes of the wilderness before are huge. If you get stuck, it's going to be a miserable experience.
Or perhaps that could be one of the perks of the kind of Google Earth style system of swapping characters, because apparently when it pans out and you can zap in one character, maybe when you switch between characters and one character's like deserted in the middle of nowhere, if you switch to another character then switch back, it might say take them to the nearest like save station or something like that.
Or you could even just
safe house, I should say.
Just go to another character and get a vehicle and go and get them.
Yeah.
Now this is the Griffith Observatory in real life, which is just known as the Los Santos Observatory in the game. I'm guessing some kind of meeting here, but I don't know exactly what's going on. But it's a sort of beautiful overview of the whole of Los Santos.
I love how they've kind of recreated that like LA smog in the distance, which you can see near the bridge, and certainly downtown Los Santos. That's really faithful to downtown LA. You can see the tallest building there in real life. It's the US Bank Tower, is it called?
Yep.
So you can see, certainly they've been pretty damn.
And again, you were saying about the level of detail. I mean, there is that fogging looks more like you say as a result of smog rather than they don't want to draw it in. I mean, because you can see it all the way to the sea.
There was one of them.
Just that haze, isn't there?
Yeah, it's one of them in the middle, possibly the FIB headquarters. Maybe that one on the left.
Yeah, I mean, I actually can tell where I am here from when I've been to LA. I recognise some of the buildings. Like I've walked past whatever that one is. I'm pointing at the screen. What am I doing?
And that's certainly, that'll be like Venice Beach out there to the right. Not Venice, but Vespucci Beach, I should say.
Vespucci Beach, yes. But yeah, it looks huge and lovely. This dam, I'm not entirely 100% sure on. There was a Sherman Dam was in San Andreas, but that was in Los Venturas, so not an area that's in this game. There's a Francis Dam in LA. In LA, so would be appropriate for this, but it doesn't quite look the same. But again, I'm guessing there's a mission involved in some way. I've just noticed all the traffic lights. That's amazing, actually. If there's like a sort of a working traffic system that you can see from a distance, that is quite impressive. And again, you see, so there's the bank tower again. So we're sort of, I'm guessing, quite a bit to the right of that previous picture.
That dam's actually quite similar to one that was in GTA 3. It was a dam in, I think it was Shoreside Vale. It was actually where the last mission took place.
Oh yeah, I remember actually. Yeah, God, that goes back a bit. And again, we got another look at Vespucci Beach, just basically the same place, slightly different angle.
And obviously we'll have the hot dog and burger vendors again.
Yeah, we can see
they're back, which was one way to replenish your health in GTA 4.
Yeah, that was cool. Parachuting, obviously we've seen that before. I'm guessing that's going to be...
And that made it... I mean, it was in the original San Andreas, but of course it was more recently in the Ballad of Gay Tony.
Yep.
Where they actually had kind of base jumping mini games where you could like base jump from, you know, the top of like the highest buildings in Liberty City, and you had to go through like Pilot Wing style and Nintendo games where you had to like go through like highlighted, you know, like kind of circles in the sky. Well, that's not a very good way to describe it, but you know what I mean.
And obviously another parachuting shot just showing off the city at night, and again looks lovely. I'm guessing we can see from the top of the bold head this is Trevor again. In one of the trailers actually you do see him jumping out of a plane.
Ooh, no, I think that's maybe the FIB one there. You just see those
just
lights.
See the letters, obviously racing is going to be a big part. There's always going to be races. You can see here we've got the Audi logo again there.
And this one, unless I could be wrong, I think it's maybe Alfa Romeo.
I think you're right.
Correct us if we're wrong.
Racing obviously playing a part. Is that a phone box there?
Yes, it does.
I wonder if you'll get like phone missions like you used to.
Sorry, because in GTA 4 you got all your missions through your phone,
mobile phone,
didn't you? So in fact, the last few ones, like even Vice City, you got a lot of it through a phone.
Yeah, but there were phones to answer, weren't there, back in the day? Obviously helicopters flying things. You can see LAX just there, that little archway. That looks like the helicopter we stole. It gets stolen for the snatching mission. But yeah, so flying, obviously. Boats. We saw wave runners as well have been shown off, so we know there's a lot of sort of water-based stuff. And then finally, this is the most interesting sort of vehicle, this deep-sea submersible.
Just reminds me of the Life Aquatic with the Bill Murray film.
Yeah. Obviously, there's some kind of mission based on the sea, otherwise this wouldn't be here. The GTA, was it GTA? What did you say it was called again? 5 o'clock, whatever it was.
Oh yeah, CVG do a video every Wednesday, I think, called GTA O'Clock.
That's it.
GTA 5 o'clock, I should say, with I think Tim Weaver and Dan Dawkins.
And they proposed basically that there's a sort of an rumour like an underwater city off the coast of LA, and you might be sort of exploring it as a mission.
And this again, we can see LAX in the background. That's obviously the control tower. And now, if you actually zoom a bit to the left, I think that could be a dorsal fin of a shark.
No, that's just a buoy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just a buoy.
A buoy.
Although we do have a shark.
Here's a shark.
We talked about wildlife earlier. The fact the shark is here, I'm guessing that's one of the playable characters.
Yeah, it seems like they've said already they've got a fully rendered seabed, so it seems likely that you can scuba dive as one of the hobbies.
Well, they had a seabed in San Andreas as well because you could collect oysters. So that's sort of carrying over from the last visit to San Andreas. I'm guessing this shark is going to be problematic. Maybe it'll you can't go out too far, or maybe it is part of a mission. You've got to try and get somewhere.
Well, I'm sure as Far Cry 3 has taught us, any shark that comes across your path you can just punch to death.
Yeah.
Now that looks to me it's probably a great white because it's quite stocky and bulky, and you do get great whites in California, so it could be a great white.
I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely huge. And obviously the fact that we got this submersible and the shark suggests that you're going to be spending at least a mission underwater.
And I think this certainly suggests that there's a good chance we'll have a fully working ecosystem out in Blaine County and everything. If they've got one for the seabed, and it's likely they'll have one for the land as well.
We've got a dog, we've got a shark. It seems a shame not to have.
I love having animals in games.
Oops, excuse me. Okay, well there you go. That's a look at GTA 5. Everything we can sort of find at the moment, all the information there is. Let us know if you've seen anything else that we should be talking about, or anything you've spotted. Leave a few comments, and we'll speak to you guys later.